Hello, my name is Gabriel Ndikon, the founder of the Charity Medical Foundation and IT Inc., a health, environmental health, public health, advocacy, and consulting. I have a big background in natural science and mathematics, some economics and management, as well as environmental health technology and management. And also, are working harder toward public health and community health initiative. Scholar. Then, today we'll be talking about rejection and the role of quantum physics in glometricology. Yes, of course, the role of quantum physics in glometricology, which is the study of metaphysics and the absolute power, the absolute energy. Glometricology. Well, I want to start first about rejection. What is rejection? Rejection is repelling someone in an ideological view or physical view from an area or the society. Rejection can do a lot of stuff to an individual in many points in his life. So, everything or anything that is equal to the same thing are equal each other. So that's about human dignity. I spoke about that last week. Today we are in week 2, which is a March 11, 2013. I want to say this. After 9/11, what happened was this. There has been a creation of a fourth branch of this government, um, which was the community involvement to help the National Security Intelligence, the CIA, the FBI, and the Central Intelligence Services to monitor individuals that are suspected terrorists in the United States jurisdiction. So that was an executive order along with the Congress and Senate, signed by a Supreme Court judge for having that law implemented in the land. But after 2004, 2005, it was still effective. But at this point, I believe that that branch is out of control. I'm sorry about that. Community that are involved in that do not have any security clearance at all. They do not. They do not have any security clearance whatsoever. They don't know the principle of following the US Constitution accordingly. So they can do this kind of job. So let's come back to my case about rejection. In time, the profile that followed me from the BR regime at the time, I don't know for sure if it was done for a certain reason or not. I can really clarify that, but I know for sure that there was a profile. That profile was a profile that fit very well with the situation of the time, which was the fourth branch of the government monitoring everybody that are suspected terrorists or the enemy of the United States in the land. So man, even though that I went to serve, it was just an effort that was done by me. It was an effort that was done by me. So that's even the reason why they didn't even want me to stay in service, because they didn't know who I was based on what the other government was telling them. So they have to make everything to let me go. So but when I came in a society with the situation that I have with some of the folks are there, the case became revived again. So my name was added to that list of suspected terrorists or people who are dealing with terrorists, enemy of the United States. I can assure you very clearly that no one in a country that I came from who have a criminal record and who do everything accordingly can be granted a visa to come here in the United States. So every single person that comes from the country I'm from, I can assure you that their record is clean. And to say more, they are very educated people with at least a high school diploma or an equivalent or something. So there was no way for that profile to be valid. That's my argument. There was no way for that profile to be valid. Second, why I'm talking today? Because the abuse is still going on. The abuse is still going on. They have included bacteria that enhance sinuses, fever, and sinus symptom in my eye drop. I have an eye drop that I use for wind, for dust. They included that chemical in my eye. My eye cleanse that I always use. So how do I find out? I was informed through my intel what was going on. And also, beside what they did, they went in my vehicle and ingested a foreign chemical in my gas tank, so that I can breathe the chemical that is coming, and in junction with what they already included in my eyelid liquid to clear my eye, it will continue to trigger the effect and symptom of flu in my body, and sinuses, infect the sinuses in order for the sinuses to still be in my body. This is the facts I want to say. People are telling me they try to make me leave the place. I understand. Yes, they have a right to believe that. But let me tell them, maybe they don't know the story. This is over, I can say, this is my 4th place within 3 years. Every single place that I went is the exact same thing. Exact same thing. Nothing changed. You're having people coming in my house. The only way they can come and include foreign chemical, toxic chemical, felony chemical in my personal medication that I use to give me a certain disease that they believe is against the law. But they've been doing that in every place I have lived, getting into my place. These are the authority that you gave them to monitor people who are suspected terrorists or enemy of the United States. Well, they are out of control. They are very out of control. They will kill someone and it will land in your name. Whoever signed that, from the president to the Senate to the Congress, and even local leaders that know this kind of operation that's going through within the local community will be responsible for everything that could happen or will happen to a citizen who have nothing to do with those accusations. Having including chemical in my eyes, medication against dust and wind, what happens if I'm driving and something happens suddenly? Did they think about that? No, they just follow the order. That's it. They have nothing to do with that action. That's it. Okay. So now, including chemical in my gas tank, in order for me to breathe it in a long period of time, is a crime. And people are in the community, they're watching it happen. Do you see what that profile that came from the Biya regime is doing to me? Do you see the violation of the United States Constitution is doing to an individual like me, who is an innocent person who have nothing to do with all those conspired accusations? Then and therefore, I am asking the president, with all due respect, President Obama, the leaders of the Senate floor, the leaders of the US Congress, the Supreme Court, the mayor, every single authority, to take my case very seriously. I am not trying to intimidate anyone. I'm trying to bring up clarity about my situation. I will march in Washington, D.C. within 3 weeks from today. I'm giving them the time to come and take out every single audio videotape that are installed or are mobile by individual within the place where I live, to remove all of it away. I don't gonna pursue them, but they just have to come and do that. I'm requesting them to safeguard my IP address, not to access none of my computer anymore that I have, because those computers that I'm using were government made computer, straight from Rapat Air Force Base. I'm contacting the guy who sold me those computers. He's not responding because he knows exactly what he sold me. So I am requesting them to come and take out all the audio tape, videotape, or anyone who works as a contractor within that fourth branch of the government, to seize that contract. Not with me. Not with me. And safeguard my IP address for all my computers that I use. Remove all the microchip that are injected, that were implanted in all the devices and audio devices that are in my house. I give them time to do that. 3 weeks. I will march peacefully in DC to lay out an issue that I believe should be addressed. It's not against the president. It's not against any single one in the Capitol House or Supreme Court. It's about the United States Constitution. Do we follow the US Constitution? Do we respect human rights? Do we respect citizen right to live peacefully and the pursuit of happiness or their happiness? I will march there. As long as it will take, even if it take a year, I will march there. Even if I have to starve, I don't care. My freedom of life. I prefer to live a poor man but free than living in a virtual world like a slave. I am not angry. I have frustration. I am not angry. Simple frustration. People are accusing me for stuff that every ordinary individual have done in this earth. What are they accusing me for? I went to school and earned my degree. I studied very hard. Take courses, very hard courses. I can give you the name of every single course that I've taught from 2003 or even 2000 to 2013. Every single courses, every single one. And when you put all combined, you're talking about almost 200 courses, about 400 credit hours, about 350 semester hours. I can give you every single courses, and maybe I can give you the time and date I took those courses. Is that the reason why you hate me for? Then now, regarding relationship, people, the ladies that I have dated, misled me in many sense, I can say. The mistake I made was done based on the information that I have at the time. Okay? I don't go out of my house to go and rape somebody because I'm not a rapist. I don't go out of my house to try to go and steal in a bank. I know how to find money. I told you in my first week what I was doing when I was 9. I don't go out there to look at women. Instead, what I have in my mind is to how to solve this problem that I'm explaining to you right now. Okay? And how to meet a person that I believe fit my criteria and fit my philosophical circle, I can say. Then people are fearful that I am part of a society that kill people. Yeah, I am part of the American Statistical Association. I am part of the Soka Gakkai International, which is a Buddhist organization. I am part of many other organizations. I am part of the Neo-Think organization. I have books for study and research. You can potentially access my research book or the book that I have to research when you don't have no authorization. Those are my book for research. You don't have, you're not my mentor or somebody who have initiation or who have the capability of checking those books. Those books are for research. The same as when I am a member of the American Statistical Association, in any other association that are out there, environmental health association, all kind, all you can cite all of those names if you want. So it's not really that. So, but when people accuse me for something that I don't have nothing to do with, that action that was put in place to block me. The profile, my name on that fourth government that was generated out of control today, that cannot be controlled by the government itself. The same people are the people who are going to revolt against this government tomorrow because you're giving them a lot of information about individuals. They don't have any security clearance. A scientist cannot come and put chemical on somebody's food. He knows he knows exactly the effect of it. But self-conscious, he can't do it. If he does, it means he's a criminal. So they have to use people who don't have no clue about it. They just give them what the effect it can do. Okay, like I'm reading you, or okay, if you put this together with that, this is what is gonna happen. He never experienced, he never done it in any lab, so he's gonna go and do it. It's like taking a kid, those folks who are telling the kid to go and wear a bomb and do and explode stuff. Those kids don't know, they are innocent, that they're using the soul to go and do those kind of evil stuff to hurt people. This is not the way we should work. This is not the way we should go. They want me to leave this place. Everywhere I go, and everywhere I have rented before, it was the same thing. People was coming in, poisoning my food, putting thing in my some supplement that I use, medical supplement that I use, accessing my computer, the same thing. So I'm gonna move from here to a different place because I can do that if I want. But is that the solution? It will not be the solution, because the next place I will move, it will be the same thing. I will complain again. And people will keep saying, okay, he's probably a troublemaker, when it's not. So the real solution is to talk about this. Ask the US President, ask the Senate, ask the Congress to take appropriate action to remove my name out of that list and let me live my life accordingly. Your action is making a potential contractor to hire me, or potential individual to deal with me because they're scared. Exclusively where I'm living, not very far, 45 minutes away from Right Path, which is the center, I believe, of what's going on here. So people are gonna blame me. You have to move. Where do I gonna go? And they're not gonna follow me. I told you, they've been following me since 2009, even 2007, I believe, to today. The only thing I ask for you is that those information must be used only by people who have high security clearance. FBI agents, well trained. CIA agents, well trained. Central Intelligence Services, well trained. Homeland Security, well trained. That's it. And people with high rank can have access to that information, but not the entire community. This is somebody somebody will wake up one day and just come and just shoot me, because he probably gonna believe he have a right to do that based on the authority that you gave them. So I am asking you to the President of the United States, President Barack Obama, to send federal independent investigator to come here and investigate my case, or send them to the Pentagon and tell them to retrieve that folder and find out exactly what was included in that folder and find a solution so I can regain my life back and be compensated for the past 11 years. I'm giving 3 weeks. I'll be marching. If I see that you guys are creating thing, I might do that before that or after that. I'm not going there to hurt. I'm going to march peacefully. Even if I have to sleep on the ground, I don't care. My freedom is very important. I came here, I was 23 years old. Today, I'm 34. That's 11 years. And I have not done even close to what I supposed to do, or even be where I should have been. People everywhere I went, like in my department, they didn't have no choice. They have a lot of pressure. They have a lot of pressure, immense pressure from people. It was not anymore a comfortable zone for me to study. So what to do? I have to leave the place so I can have a peace. It was simple as that. I have my book to study. People are hiding their face. People are doing this. You're gonna kill. You're gonna do this. Who do you think I am? Just a crash? Somebody who don't have a brain? As well as I'm part of many other organizations. That organization is also an organization. And I have documents that I don't want people to access because those are my research documents. Those are my documents that I need to use for my research. Now, I'm having an issue here. Those people who have access to my IP address and my name to access my computer, they are removing all the tools, my educational tool, like the statistical languages software that I have. They are corrupting some component within those software. And that's the reason why I mentioned to safeguard my IP address and not access my computer again, and to fix all the languages, statistical languages software that you guys corrupted in my computer. They start doing that since November of 2012. November of 2012. That's when they start doing that. If I'm recalling very right, I believe it was November 2012. They start taking. I have a base in natural science and mathematics. This is what I would like to do. I'm 34 years old. I believe it's something that I like to do. Run a business. I'm not a businessman. I'm doing a business as somebody would love to do that. Well, I started doing business since I was 9 years old. So this is something that I love to do beside, like, playing soccer and do other things. So I don't comprehend why people are coming in and try to initiate or perpetrate something that do not conclude with the United States Constitution. It does not make sense. It doesn't make sense. And I want to be very clear and very certain about this. I need my life back. I am asking to President Obama. I am asking to Governor Casey. I am asking to every single mayor to sign a law and remove my name out of that list and get my compensation. I'm going first with my BWC from a charity medical foundation compensation that the state is still holding. They don't want to compensate me for that for years now. Second, I don't know till today if anyone will come forward to have a contract with me, because that I can say that profile that is out there included in that fourth branch of the government for for community individual to be involved in tracing suspected terrorists and or enemy of the United States. I swear in 2 times. I swear in as a military guy in the Air Force, and I swear in as a US citizen. My United States citizenship is through the code of military services, different from civilian services. People must be very careful. It's not because you have few people that came forward and make up stories to defame my name that you believe that is the entire Pentagon that is involved in this. Not everybody in the Pentagon agreed to sign that paper. Of seeing one of the one person, even though that I was not born here, it doesn't really matter. I'm not the last one. I will not be the first one. We were not born in this country and serve. But in my particular case, I have my name included in a file for no reason, because of a profile from a foreign government. I have a business running. People cannot contract with me because they're scared. I have contract that I'm supposed to do with my experience as an environmentalist specialist and biostatistician, epidemiologist, and public health advocate and consulting. I can do that because people are very scared. My laptop is accessible. All my information, all my client information are all out there, can be visualized. I am giving you 3 weeks to come and take out all the audio, video, tape. I believe that the people where I contract with to be in this place don't know what is going on. I believe they do not. But I'm giving you 3 weeks to come and take everything out. You can come and even knock my door. I'll open it. Just go away with those stuff. I have many other problems to deal with. I have to fix my finance. I have to balance my deficit. I have to find out how to form a family. I have to do some analysis of which woman can come into my domain, as Platon said. This should not. I should not waste energy on this. It will not be the right fight. So just come in, knock my door, or when I'm not there, come in, take those stuff. Never spoken, never seen before. Over. Deal done. No more access to my computer. No more corrupting softwares that I have in my computer. No more propagation of personal information from my computer out there. No more propagation of personal information in my apartment to people out there. Again, the book that I have closed are my personal book. Like everybody have a safe box, either somewhere or either in their house, in their life, that no one have access. The same as me. So you guys don't have a right. You guys don't have a right, even by curiosity, to claim that you must have access to my personal information. You don't have that right. You do not have the right to even complain about it. You complain about it, you should be arrested and put in jail because you're violating the US Constitution. It's simple as that. My files are there for study and research, for the progress of human being and service human being. That's all. It's not to hurt people. So, to go further, Now we will talk about the relationship between quantum physics and glometricology. Now, when people believe that I'm serving other God, I already told you what are in those book that I'm saving for my research and study. I don't serve no other God. I only know one God, who is the God, of Moses, who is the God of Enoch, Noah, Isaac, Abraham, Isaac, Ismail, Jacob, Esau, Joseph, Moses, Joshua, Israel, David, many more till Jesus Christ. So I do not know any other God. I cleared my bounds since I was young in a state of consciousness. When I reached my consciousness from bicameral thinking, I do not know any other God. What I would take everything that come in my path the same way as I took my suffering. Nobody never question when somebody you know when somebody is suffering. They always question when he wanted to excel, because everybody always assume when you're suffering you're paying for your karma, for what you have done wrong. It's not always the truth. It's not even true. You must suffer in order for you to learn, in order for you to be mature, to reach a state of consciousness and start making right decision. If you don't suffer in this earth, you have to blame God for something. You're not worth it, because you will not be able to make good decision. Suffering must exist to build up your faith. Now let's go back to glometricology. There are beings that existed long before the creation of any single galaxy that we ever known. Those beings are called invisible beings that are under the control of the great Yahweh. That is just the abbreviation of his name. He has a very long name. When the quantum physics say they are spontaneous creation, because something can be created from nothing. Really, this is under the absolute knowledge of comprehending the knowledge of God. But we get there. We're still working to that. God creates visible thing from invisible thing. Again, let me repeat this. God creates visible thing from invisible thing. Visible thing are the beings that were already here. Are the beings that were already in the environment, in the sphere, energy. With all any other material that were flying around the universe. Through the verb of God, his verb, he commands those beings to do the work. And that work, we cannot see that work. Even when you transit to the spiritual world, you might not even be able to see that those beings, because those beings are a different dimension. So they are a dimension above the dimension that you see even after you die. That dimension is only seen by those who are initiated. Yahweh, Jesus, Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Michael. They have control over those energy. But God is the one who have control of all single energy that you have here. He have control of all those beings. So he did all of that work of creating the galaxy by himself. But really, when they say by himself, by commanding those beings that we don't see. He said the verb, and those beings done it. So the particle that we have seen from in space going around those meteorite that we see in here, bump them together, and you can just see them moving, but you don't know what move it. Those are the beings who are moving it and make it be the way it is. A being that can stay without being burned in a capacity of the sun. In order for them to create this earth that was initially the sun before the Big Bang, before that other meteorite with the hydrogen came and compound with earth to create this living earth that we have. Those are the beings who have done it. So quantum physics is trying to scientifize the process. In order for quantum physics to get there, they need to understand the process of glometricology. I'm sorry there. Before they can even expand it there. Because in the absolute knowledge that Yahweh have, he uses a very efficient science to do the work that they're doing. Those beings are using efficient science. They're using science. They know that everything that is done can be explained by science, but we're not there yet. So when people think that, I'm talking metaphysics, think that nobody have never spoken, I'm putting that out. This is the knowledge of the knowledge. Those are the beings that exist. When an angel come and he knows that this person might maybe die, is dying, or the person gonna be leaving, the person gonna be like this. Those are the initiation that you have. In the stage of their stage, they know stuff that we do not know, because they have secret code. They have study. It's different kind of study there, and it is what I call here on earth Glometricology. That's what I call, because that's the study of the globe. Metaphysics with the higher energy and higher power. The person will have control of the entire energy in this universe and the globe have the higher power than every single person. Now, just to let you know that I am not a stupid man, but let me tell you, I know any other religion that uses word, use other practice to use that energy. It's just small energy. Because the person who have control of that energy is Yahweh, they have access to it. But he knows where they can end. And in a certain level, when you want to go above, you sometimes see a blockage. And that's where you stop. So when you have people believing that they can try to make you sick, they can try to make you like somebody else. I am not someone else. I am Gabriel and Daikon. I am not anyone else. I am Gabriel and Daikon making my own path. It's simple as that. That's the reason why I'm asking the president, the Senate, and all those conspire people that knows the truth, sleeping there. Um, they know exactly what they're doing, but they don't want to take off my case because I am the common enemy. Enemy become friend for a common enemy. That's a common purpose. When they're meeting, eating, they're talking stuff, I know all of that. People think, oh, he's a demon. Who give him all that information? It's God. He knows everything. He's all over the place. He's with the poor. He's with the rich. He's everywhere. He's even with the person who sleep in a garbage can. All right. Same time he's in all those presidential houses. So it's the same time with somebody who's in the street sleeping in the garbage can. It's the same time in those beautiful houses. Yes. You can tell him not to get there. But you're gonna come and tell me how do I know all this stuff? Because he have control of everything. He knows everything. And you just have to close your sense and suffer in order for you to understand. I don't believe in the sense that people rely on the Bible just with a lot of weakness. By saying Jesus Christ died for us for our sin. Yes, it's true, but that is not really the main purpose he came here. That's true. But that's to make people more lazy of doing stuff, bad stuff, and thinking that he gonna come out tomorrow and say, please Jesus Christ, excuse me, and keep doing the same thing. There's another message behind the Bible. I told you the Bible is more powerful than every single physics, mathematics, any single book out there, scientific book or whatever you can call it. He came here to show us example. That's why he didn't came he didn't came like a spirit. He came like a human being. He suffered. It means that if you slap him, he gonna feel pain. He gonna be angry like everybody else, like he did, the church stuff when people were selling stuff, in front of the church. He came to show us that we can do what he have done. We can say no to evil. We have to treat everybody the same, regardless their rank. We have to say what we believe in to even the government. We have to respect each other. Even in difficulty, you can say no to the devil. I'm telling you what is in that Bible that you guys are reading. You say you are Christian. What I'm saying is the truth. You say you can say no to Lucifer. You can say no to him. You can die for your cause. It's in the Bible. Read it. I didn't go to a theological school. Where my knowledge comes from? From God. I started when I was 9. So I'm telling you, Jesus didn't come only to save you, but to show you the way. The way starts with yourself. Not the way that I'm going to pray, excuse me, you die for us, and then I'll be there. No, you have to start with yourself, doing the same thing that he have done. You have to understand those principles. When you come and ingest poison food in somebody, God never showed that to nobody. And any priest and pastor that knows that and stay quiet, he's committing He's committing a very, very, very heavy sin, because the Bible don't teach that. Jesus died by believing in what he believed. So you can do that. He went to the desert for 45 days, suffer. Lucifer came. The same thing as I'm suffering today. Suffering. He came to show you the way. The way is not only that. The way is what you're reading, his experience. That's the way. When you going to reach consciousness and move away from that bicameral way of thinking and get enlightenment, that's what Jesus Christ came here to show you. The new way, the new word. You you always gonna believe. People want you to go away. They want to reject you. They rejected Jesus. He stayed in his path. He died for it. That was an example for people to follow. You have to respect the law, like he did. When some of his disciples came to him and say, look at this man is telling us to pay the taxes. He said, what picture do you see there? They said the name, said, so pay Caesar what is belong to Caesar. So you respect the law. That's another way he teaches. That's the way. But don't be fear to say and to stay in what you believe in, even if you have to die. That was another way. They treat him for liar. They treat him for he tried to reverse government. They treat him every single thing. The same thing they're doing to me. They rejected him. His own people rejected him. The same thing they're doing to me. So what is it surprising for you to say that I have to pay for my for what I seed? No. Read the Bible. Comprehend it. Don't just understand it. Comprehend it. I didn't went to a theological school, but I'm telling you, even if you put the Pope in front of me, he will have some fear because I know a lot of stuff. But where my knowledge come from? It come from God. You believe that you have known me like a simple person. Yes. People have known Jesus Christ as a simple person when he was still a young boy, but he was doing stuff that people didn't know, didn't realize till when he reached the time. He reached the time of manifestation. That's why people start realizing, oh, yes, we remember. He was doing this kind of stuff. He was doing this. That's what it is. Don't look at me and say, oh, this crazy guy, he didn't know nothing when I know him when he was young. No. I'm a different total guy now. Because my suffering that I have for the past 11 years and 29 months in which I've been surviving self-employed and working harder have boosted on me an energy straight direct to the throne of Yahweh. Straight direct from the throne of Yahweh. So, when people are judging me and they're taking their Bible and go to church, I just laugh because I know they don't know what they're doing. Because if you really read that Bible, you're going to look at me and say, suffer your part. And I hope that maybe you see light tomorrow. Because Jesus Christ is being compensated today. Do you know the reason why he rank high when he get there? You think that because he was too lovely, so, you know? Do you know the reason why he ranked the way? Do you know the reason why he have the position that he have today? because he suffered and died for the same cause. He showed an example. This is what Buddhism called human revolution. A single human revolution, a single human revolution by an individual can change the destiny of a nation and even more, the entire humankind. That is what Jesus Christ has done. A simple human revolution by a single individual can change the destiny of a nation and even more an entire humankind. That's what he have done. Through his suffer, through his determination, people have learned something from it. And he got compensated from that in the other end. That's why the Bible that you have in your hand, that's the summary of it. I don't have a theological doctorate, but this is just the beginning. I know all those stuff. How do I know it? Come directly from God. Therefore, you should not fear me. I was running today, joking today, and a little girl, I believe she was 11-year-old, she started running away from me as soon as she saw me. And I laughed. And I said to her, don't run away from me. You're running away from me, you're running from God. I am coming with peaceful and lovely spirit. I'm doing my running. I'm not here for you. And I said to her, you might not even know I have daughters who have your age. This is this kind of profiling that people have implanted on me in a society. How do I gonna be able to live a normal life? It was a big devastation for me when I saw that. But I didn't manifest it. I said, okay, I've seen before. Here I go again. Another scenario and scene. You see? So this is what is happening. People want me to live, to go and keep following me the same thing. My book that are in there are for my research and study. It does have nothing to do with no one. Every single person in this world have a security, a box where he have his stuff that nobody have access. So it can also be applied to me. Why not? It can also be applied to me. People have the right through the fourth branch of the government in this nation to declare that they need to know what is in there. If they do not, they believe that I'm a killer machine walking out in the street. So you see, it's the same thing they were doing to people who follow God way, people who follow their belief. This is not a fair treatment. It's not. I am very certain that time will come up with the truth. Time will come up with the truth. Time will tell who's right or not. I always say to people, God look your heart. He doesn't look what you say or what you wear or what you believe you wanted to say. He already knows what you want to say. He even knows what you're going to say till the day you're going to die. So don't worry about that. Don't worry about what book I touch. Don't worry about what he know my heart. And I know my connectivity with him. That's what matters. You can go to church every single day with a very dark heart and never have a place in God's kingdom. And you worry, you're gonna be questioned. Why? Let me tell you why. In heaven, only saints pray together. Only saints who are sent. People who wish truly that level here on earth and transition to the heaven world with that title of saint. Truly, they are the only people who pray together. Any other person pray individually. They don't play over there. It doesn't mean that church don't have a place. They do. But church is becoming a place where people are hiding their ego. People are showing the society, I am a good person because I'm going to church. No, it's not true. It's not always true. If you go to church all your life doing bad stuff, don't be surprised if you end up in hell. Somebody can be doing drugs on the street and having good heart and end up in heaven. You'll be surprised. I'm not saying that church is not a good place, but people are start using it as a symbol of describing who is good or who's bad. If I don't go to church, it means that I'm doing something bad. I can't go. Who told you that? God is the one who created the spirit of every human being. There's no life without a spirit. You guys call it soul. He manipulated it the way he wanted. He let people hate you. He knows the reason why. He can make the same people love you if he wants. So don't question. Don't say that I'm suffering from my sin. My sin has been erased. I am going to this moment for a reason that I will not specify. Only time will give you the answer. I believe if you were going back to year 33, when Jesus Christ was killed, I'm pretty sure people were saying that yes, he deserved what he deserved, what he was thinking. If you go back to that time, and right away, when you go to Rejection, you have to watch that entire life of Jesus. Clearly, the way it happened. But you're gonna see it in a different dimension. You'll be able to see demons around that were creating that manifestation. Yes, kill him. Kill him. That's okay. He came here on this earth try to do what? You know? You see all that? That's the same thing that we are people doing in this earth. We are hurting people. We don't know exactly who is behind that. You hate someone. I said last time, hate is a pure manifestation of Lucifer philosophy. Because hate creates division, which is the main power of Lucifer. That's division. He divide people. Therefore, he can have a place. If people are united, he can have no place. He have to come with division. It's the only thing that make him have a place in this earth. Division, that's it. He make that guy hate the other person, that guy hate the other person. Every single day. You know? But we don't know that because we in our humanistic stage, we don't comprehend the spiritual word, which is the true word. Because I say again, there's no life without the spirit. When your spirit leaves your body, you're dead. There's no science who can cure you. There's no science who can revive you. If your spirit do not return, it's done. That's the reason why humankind will never create a human being. Because we don't have the science to create a spirit. Only God does. Even Lucifer don't have that science. That's one of the things he didn't have when he left. So you have to comprehend that. And people are telling me you have to leave the place. Why? If I leave this place, I'll go to the next place. They'll continue to do the same thing. They continue to come in, get into my apartment, doing their mission, poisoning my food, whatever they want to do. Try to make me look like certain people that they want. Funny, you know. Your anger satisfies the ego. You know. Your well-being make them mad. Your sickness make them happy. You see how powerful Lucifer is? So, I am not a perfect man. Okay? I am a sinner like everybody else. But my sin has been no more than many people who are accusing me for sin. I've been a victim. Again, I've been a victim of a pure conspire defamation. If this issue is not addressed accordingly, I will still be, and I still will be, in this situation from year to come. That's the reason why I'm asking to President Obama, with all due respect, and all the leaders in the Senate and Congress, Supreme Court, to act accordingly. And look again that executive law that was signed to create that fourth branch of the United States nation, of the United States, I don't want to call it nation, that include community, individual, to work along with the national security intelligence to follow every single person that is suspected a terrorist or an enemy of the United States. It is out of control and is hurting people like me, and is in pure violation of the United States Constitution because they don't follow no rule and no law at all. At all. They don't even care. They're putting poison thing in my eyes released. What happens if I'm driving and that have a different effect than what they have expected? What happened? You're having ambulances following me around with cars because they believe something might happen. What kind of suffering is that? For me, I call it sick imagination. Why you wanted to do something and start following somebody around, sending nursing around and medical personnel around me? Do you know the reason you guys say that I'm not educated? Let me tell you that I'm educated. I am solving those ingested chemicals by myself because I know how the human body functions in my level, and then I know how I can resist to all of that, and I know how I can solve it. Yes, I'm not educated like you said. So people who believe they can come and follow me around thinking that we have the same level. I study what we call gate, microchip gate. I'm pretty sure many people who follow me out there who believe we have I'm sorry, we have the same knowledge. They do not. Can they explain what is a gate? A microchip gate? When you start talking about electronics, they do not. That's the knowledge that I learned. Even in their domain, I can challenge them. But I am not a person that should be, you know, follow for a defamation of name and character. So next week we will be talking about a revolution of science in accordance to human law and human right. And I wish that you guys have a very good day and very good week. And I'll see you next week. No problem at all. I just need peace and the pursuit of happiness. That's it all. I am healthy and my well-being is my main concern and necessity. Thank you and have a blessed week.